Hashtag no music, no intro. Another episode of the Saints Block Party podcast coming at you.
Sure.
We have a lot to catch up on, apparently, Ryan. Like, there's been like a flurry of Saints news
Since
like,
we last recorded. Jeez.
Nah, Jesus Christ. From the AK 3-game suspension, we got like the nagging injury things, and then Benjamin out for the season. Like, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. We recorded with Ross last Thursday? I don't even know what
Thursday,
time.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, it was Thursday, right? And then after that, it's been like one thing after another.
Bam, bam, bam.
Let's start with the AK news. The decision from NFL finally comes out. Suspended 3 games. I know I don't have it listed in terms of what games that those would be. I know obviously the first one is the Titans,
Panthers, and
Packers.
Packers, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that leaves Jamal Williams, Kendrick Miller. It would have left, Benjamin, but he tore his Achilles in practice during one of the training camp practices. It led to the Saints bringing in Kareem Hunt today for a workout. Before we even get to the Kareem Hunt stuff, let's talk about the 3 games. Let's talk about the AK suspension. Honestly, I think as a Saints fan, that's as good as it was going to get, right? Like, I think anywhere from 4 to 6 probably was on the table.
Yeah.
The fact that it was only 3, I also think the fact that AK talked to Roger Goodell on Wednesday before it was announced on Friday, maybe played a factor into it. And like you said in our Discord, or maybe you said it on Twitter, I don't even remember anymore. But the fact that he just, as a player and as a human, AK showed, showed remorse for his actions, and that's something like you brought up, like Deshaun Watson still hasn't done, bro. Like,
no.
Like, so it just kind of shows,
and it goes so far. Like, I don't know why they don't understand. Like, just showing a little contrition goes far, man. Like, beyond like just what penalty you get,
right?
Just as a human being, like, you know what I'm saying. Like, I was watching Mike Florio one of his recent episodes after the whole AK thing. He played Alvin Kamara's presser after he went to visit Goodell, where he talked to the local media or whatever.
Yeah.
And Florio was like, every team needs to take this presser and like play it for their players. And like, whatever player gets in trouble, like, this is what you do. Like, you just be honest. And, show at least feeling about what you went through. You know what I'm saying? And that's what AK did. And that presser is like, and I'm sure it's what he did with Goodell. He probably was just him and just telling the truth.
Right.
Like, bro, like, this sucked. I pissed my mom off. I embarrassed my mama, embarrassed the team, embarrassed myself. Cost me money, cost me friends. It's stupid. I was out 5 a.m, Las Vegas, and that's just real. Like, that's what men go through. Young men growing up, we go through all those things. We get in trouble.
Absolutely.
Try to learn from it, and all you can do is take that and be like, okay, I respect that. Let's move forward. Let's play some football,
Right. How do you... The 3 games, let's go through them again. Titans,
Panthers.
Why do Titans, Panthers, Packers. How do you see the Saints coming out offensively with AK missing those 3 games?
I mean, obviously you would rather have them, but we got to see if we could make it through this preseason with Jamal Williams and Kendrick Miller healthy. I think that'll help. You got to factor Taysom Hill into the run game also. So I think from a running game standpoint, I think they'll be fine. You might want to bring another running back, whether that's, whoever they brought in, just a young, back. You might want to bring somebody in because the preseason, you run the ball so much in the preseason.
Yeah, man.
You don't want to bang. I mean, you want to get Kendrick Miller to get a lot of steps, but you don't want to just, risk injury with him. But we just pushing him too much. Because as we said, what's the kid's name? Benjamin.
Mm-hmm.
He's out for the season, so they really just need some more bodies there. And what's the wide receiver that converted to running back?
Kurt
Kurt
Merritt.
Merritt. They got him also, but I mean, I don't know how good he is as a running back.
Right.
Should be interesting.
What is Daniel Laskow doing at this point in his life, bro?
Boy, you said that name, I'm like, forgot about him. Like, where he at?
Right. Kareem Hunt brought him in today for a workout. I am not extremely surprised because there was a little scuttlebutt during last season before the trading deadline that the Saints were an interested team who potentially were interested in trading for Kareem Hunt, who was with the Browns at the time. So I know for a fact that interest has been there, and it just goes back to and you brought up in the Discord, and I know for me it just bears repeating, just like this. Oh man, just lack of like morality, and I get it, man. It's football, it's about wins, but just still like as a fan, right? I was just like, I don't want to have one. I wouldn't root for if the Saints had like Tyreek Hill or Michael Parsons. Like I'm not going to root for them as players, bro. I'm just not. Like I just want to be able to watch a game and be okay with whoever it is that we have to cheer for, and it just. I feel like it was Deshaun Watson, then it's been like the John Gruden thing recently. It's Kareem Hunt. It's just like, God damn, like it just feels like it's never gonna stop.
And but with Kareem Hunt, I'll say this: he did apologize after he kicked his I don't know if that was his girlfriend or not, but he kicked her in the mouth while she was on the ground after throwing on the ground. Did apologize for it, huh?
Was she pregnant too? Pretty sure she was pregnant.
I think she was pregnant, yeah. So he apologized for it. Take that for what it will, but he got suspended for it. It's just that's the team, bro. Like just is what it is. Will he sign here? I don't even know because he's kind of part of like a group of running backs that's just still kind of out there. This was his first visit, I think.
Yeah,
He's kind of dipping his toe back in the water. He might be looking for a little more money than just kind of, so we'll see. But I do think we need somebody. I don't know who.
Yes.
But they do need to bring in some kind of body. But it's going to be interesting, bro. Like those 3 games AK is going to miss. The team has learned how to win without AK because he's missed some time. The past couple of seasons or whatever. And, with the weapons theoretically that they do have, they should be fine. Titans are going to be an interesting team. The more I look at it, man, that D-line serious. I trust their coach. Like
we will get into the Titans preview, bro. As positive wise as Saints vibes that even I have, I just feel that's a loss, man. You
can just see it though, right? Like,
bro, like it just plays out like Mike. It just feels like a loss. That's
Eli, we can't move the ball. The running game ain't working. They bat passes down on Card. He just can't connect. He getting pressured and ran out.
And you got DeMarco Jackson and Pete Warner just getting stiff armed by Derrick Henry. Bro, I just feel it.
Trayvon Burke making like a big
bro. You know Traylon gonna go off, bro. He gonna be listening to the episodes that we recorded pre-draft, bro. Just on the bus over.
Oh, I'm fat, huh? I'm sure.
All right. Got something for y'all. But we'll get into that before we get one.
Yeah, we got time.
On another player that they brought in today with Kareem Hunt, the team did was Anthony Bayer, linebacker.
Man, Adam Bay for a long time.
Woo! Long time.
What draft was that? Like 20?
It was the Khalil Mack draft, which I remember that was 2000. I don't even remember. It was 2000. That was anyhow. I put this on Twitter. When you and I have been we've been hammering this point for a minute, right? We always just kept saying, like, yeah, like Demario Davis and Pete Warner, like when they're the starters, like Gucci, like that's great. One of them goes down, it's like, are you really like relying on like a DeMarco Jackson who didn't play last year? Andrew Norwell got had a torn ACL, so he's on IR. we have been beating the drum, like get someone as depth. Quan, who just recently signed like 2 linebackers. It was Zach Cunningham.
Yeah, Eagles.
Yeah,
I think it was the Eagles.
yeah. Zach Cunningham and Miles Jack were just both out there, bro.
Just out there. I was like, when I saw Miles Jack, I was like, Miles Jack was out there?
Out there, bro. Like, out there.
Spring Miles Jack, man.
So it just, these are like the little things. We talk about the depth and we talked about how deep the team can be, but like linebacker has always been a position that you and I have just been like, man, if Warner goes down or if DeMario goes down, like that linebacker position becomes very, very not good.
Yeah.
Like, and so I bring that up to make mention of the DeMario Davis calf thing, and DA didn't seem to be very concerned about it, but they're bringing in Anthony Barr. Like, it could be one of those things where like they maybe waited too late to address it, and this is kind of like what it is right now, and it's a little scary, bro. Scary at the linebacker position.
It's a little scary. Yeah, let's see. We got Nefi Sewell, Ryan Connolly, who I have heard good things about. Ryan Connolly. We'll see. Let's see. DeMarco Jackson, Nick Anderson, Inferni Orgy.
Made up football player, bro. That's a creative player from Madden, bro.
We're going to have to learn it, bro, because he's been making plays too, from what I hear.
I have noticed that though.
But it's.
I like how you name all those linebackers. This man didn't say Zach Bond's name.
What? Say his name for. Zach Bond out here.
Not one time, bro.
But look, man, it's a creative defense. I think missing DeMario would hurt. If anytime that's going to hurt. Like that's going to significantly impact the defense. So let's hope they just let him chill, get his calf right, and hopefully it's good to go come week 1. But it just goes to show you the depth there, man. It's very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I do think the Saints defense can be creative by putting Pete Werner at the Mike position, maybe dropping some safeties down, as quasi linebackers. They got a lot of safeties. They got a ton of safeties.
Gonna give some Jordan Howden and some Flowers a little bit on this episode.
Yeah, and maybe some downs do get a Zach Bond in there, maybe on first and second down as a force player in the run game. Other than that, we'll see. Like Zach Bond, bro, we'll see. But Barr, I don't know what you think about bringing Anthony Barr in, but man, I don't know what he'd bring to the table now. Would he be a Sam linebacker?
Don't care. Right? Don't care, Ryan. Don't care. I need to see the 5-5 in black and gold and Barr in the back. Just give me some, so I can just hug it, bro. Just be like, I need to hug it, man. Here's the thing. We brought up this, we were talking about the running backs and the running back depth, so just on linebacker depth. There's gonna be a lot of cuts after preseason game 3, and there will be some as always some surprising veteran cuts, some maybe players who even got drafted or either this year or last year who were promising college prospects that for whatever reason didn't work out. It happens every year. So obviously that's another way that maybe they can add depth at certain positions. It's not something that you want to bank on, honestly, because you just never know what's going to happen with that. Going over to defensive end, same thing. Yannick Ngakoue was signed by the Bears. Justin Houston signed by, of course, Carolina Panthers. You already know it's coming week 2, bro.
It's coming, baby.
You already know it's coming week 2. Didn't seen that movie before. It's like they paid. I think Justin Houston's contract is like 1 year, $7 million. Like you couldn't, and I get it. He don't fit into the scheme. He's not like you.
Did no one sex last year, bro?
Did no one watch the game he played against the Saints on Monday Night Football where he was just wrecking our entire offense, bro? Just our offense had no chance, largely because of Justin Houston, and he was just out there, bro. Just I already know how this movie's gonna play out. We're gonna be in the Zoom week 2. He gonna have like a sack, strip sack on Derek Carr. We'll be like, what? He was out there for anyway. But it kind of puts the focus back on Cam Jordan also signed a 2-year extension. Like I said, multiple shit happened since we started recording. Cam Jordan needs a running mate, man, and hopefully it can be Peyton Turner. I know all these camp vibes, buzz is great and is promising, but we've been in the game too long, man. We need to see it. Like, I need to see it. You said it in our Discord, bro. Like, go beat backup second string left tackle, bro.
Just please, just show me.
And it shouldn't be close. It should be close, bro. Go get him. We got to see it, man. We got to see it.
I've heard enough. I've seen enough Peyton Turner updates, training camp updates. I don't want to see no more. I want to see it against the Chiefs because he's going to play some snaps because they want to see it. He's fighting right now.
This is a huge preseason for him, man.
He got to show it, man. And I can't remember who I was telling on Twitter. It was like, man, we joke about these players. I joke about these players, but I want Peyton Turner to succeed, man.
Like, that's the thing. Like, we're not hoping for their downfall. Like, they make it, I mean, sometimes it makes it easy who the player is because it's like, man, shit, we can't. But, like, we said it perfectly right with Cesar Ruiz, bro. We bullied Cesar Ruiz to be
you heard me?
But like, I wonder if, like, that's a smart part of it because he's like, man, you know how athletes are. They hear every fucking thing.
They do,
and
bro.
I don't know if people who listen to this podcast are listeners. There are athletes like parents and spouses that listen to our podcast. So I know that some players are hearing the shit that we're saying. So maybe we did take like a little month, but like we didn't bag on Cesar Ruiz just because we wanted him to fail. It was like, man, you were playing bad, but when he played well, he started playing well. We gave that man his flowers. We want to do that for Peyton Turner, bro. We want to give Peyton Turner his flowers. We want to see him do a rip move or a speed to power on a left tackle and push a left tackle into the court. I need it, bro.
Need it. So show me.
What? Trying to think. I brought up the Cam Jordan news.
Yeah,
signed a 2-year
extension. $27 million, I think.
Yes, should end and finish his career a New Orleans Saint. Just an all-time tremendous, excellent fucking draft pick. It also goes to show like how insane that 2011 draft class was.
Unbelievable.
Cam Jordan was like what, 24th?
I think it was the 24th pick.
Yeah. It's also disgusting that we both know that at the top of our heads because we're sick. But like that draft class is just silly, and obviously his peaks in terms of like eliteness was not up to the level of JJ Watt, but if you factor in longevity and production
and availability,
like Cam Jordan should be a Hall of Famer. I'm not saying he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, but the man is a Hall of Famer, man.
I agree, man. And he's an all-around defensive end, all around. You don't take him off the field. He's on the field in the run game, first down, second down, third down, fourth down, on punt coverage, everything. Like he is always on the field. He's a leader. He's such a outstanding example for rookies that come in.
Yes,
because he's there mini camp, OTAs.
He's a standard, bro. He's a standard.
Energy. He's running gases. He's nonstop energy. So like you look to him, it's like, man, this dude 30, 33, 34 doing this. I'm 21. I gotta push. I gotta go.
I gotta bring it. Like I have no reason not to bring it.
Exactly. So look, he's worth the money, man. Like, it's a nice deal. I think it's like $13 million a year he's gonna get. Look, if he plays, he's worth it. If he doesn't, they'll figure it out. As far as the cap and stuff. So yeah, it's. I'm happy as done, and I always will have a soft spot for players that stay with the Saints. Their whole career, like Deuce McAllister. Not many players have done that. When they do, it's just there's like a little star next to their name on their list. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like, I love that, man. I appreciate
Marcus
that.
Colston's one of them.
Marcus Colston, yeah. Just like, and there's no knock for players that go out and get the money.
No, not at all.
But there's just something special about saying, hey, I like it here. I like it here. I want to stay here.
Right.
We'll figure the money out. And that's what it is,
What else has happened since we talked? We spoke to Kevin Beard, so I don't know what order you're going to hear this, either before this or after this. But we spoke to Kevin Beard, and he brought up the Rashid Shaheed in like the groin. The Traquan got the groin because Quan gon Quan, bro.
Quan gon Quan, baby.
Quan gon Quan. Pete still not practicing because Pete gon Pete. But getting to the Shaheed injury, I think Underhill tweeted today that he should be good by week 1, but it just goes to show, one, players who have, how do I word this? Players that tend to have like the build or the type of play style that wide receiver like Rashid Shaheed has. I've noticed, as long as I've been watching football, like players like that kind of get groin injuries and soft tissue injuries more than other players. And we said this earlier, like soft tissue, like groin injuries can be so, like, you just got to rest it, because it can have a potential to just linger and not be and not get well. And he's a huge part of this offense. Needs and wants to be what it needs to be this season. He's a huge factor into that.
Yeah, man. Like, as far as like deep threats go, he is like the main one.
Mm-hmm.
They're really factoring on him for being that guy, and it's to grow. We only had him for a couple games last year. He showed out, snaps that he did, and got progressively better. So this season is huge for him, man. So look, they just need to manage it well, man. It's really important to watch how this medical staff, who's fumbled the bag quite a bit, and DA manage these injuries, because it's not so much about them being injured, because players are going to get injured, period. Right. But it's how you manage it and how you manage those games. So if he's not ready week 1, okay. Don't be ready week 1. If it's week 2, okay.
You know what I think I picked up on a little bit when you just said that, and it could be very wrong. I'm going to throw that out there, but I think there's something to it. Is that DA he's going in? This is his second season. Last season, with injuries during training camp, mini camp, things like that, they were very conservative, right? Not pushing the players, blah, 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 kind of like, letting them heal. As soon as the season starts, that conservativeness kind of went out the window. And it was like, and I think part of that is, one, he knows he has not won a lot of games as a head coach in the NFL. Yeah. Not only that, he was following in Sean Payton's footsteps, and it was already like, man, like Sean set the standard. He was this type of head coach. I wonder how much, and I'm not saying it was the right thing to do, because like the fact that Jameis was out there was like malpractice. Like, I'm not going to get started on all the stuff that happened last year, but with that scope of it, I wonder if he's learned from last season and realized that the season's a long 18 week, but 17 game season. And if I don't allow my players to truly heal and get well, it's only going to make the injury worse, and it's only going to hurt my chances for winning long term. I wonder how much pressure he was putting on himself, and therefore that kind of trickled down to players that I won't say probably, like they shouldn't be, like some of the players who played through their injuries last year shouldn't have played. Like that I know for a fact.
Right. And it was tough last year because so many players were injured.
Yes.
Where it's to the point where it's like, man, somebody got to play, So hopefully it's not that dire this year. I can't remember the guy's name on Twitter that tracks like how many starters and snaps are missed. Saints were like the second most in the last 20 years or something like that. It was ridiculous.
That's wild.
It was ridiculous, man. Like how injured this team's been the last 2 years, not just last year, but the last 2 years. So, it's looking a little better so far, knock on wood. Even with these little soft tissue injuries we see at camp, look, man, you get those. If you go look at what the Broncos going through right now and some of the other teams, man, it is hell for some other teams, right? So I'm just hoping that's not happening. But we'll see, man. Them soft tissue injuries, like I said, I think, didn't he have a groin? Didn't Rashid have a groin during the OTAs?
Yep.
And remember, so you see how those things just kind of hang around,
linger,
man.
Bruh. They linger, man.
I hate that. Sometimes I'd rather you break whatever, you get your surgery, you rehab, and you come back. Those little soft tissue injuries, man, those are annoying as hell.
The soft tissue injuries and the sprains.
Oh yeah,
Terrible. It's also why I'm still such an advocate, even if it's just a good insurance policy. Like I'm still trying to figure out how can get Hunter Renfrow on the team, and I don't even see it as a thing of like it's too, no, it's not too much. It's not going too much wide receiver. It's not there's only one ball to go around. It's being proactive. It's like shit, like because you don't want to be in a position where like Shaheed goes down or like if he's not able to play for a couple of weeks, and then you have Chris Olave, you have Michael Thomas. Granted, they're both still healthy, and then there's like this drop off, right? Like if you are in the NFC, you want to win, you want to contend, load your team up. Like I'm sure if you call the Raiders and talk about Hunter Renfrow, like potentially a deal could potentially be made. I'm still that deal makes sense just because of situations like this.
Yeah, and look, we'll see, man. Once the preseason starts, you see who really rises to the occasion.
That's true. Yeah.
Because I haven't heard much about Brian Edwards. Haven't heard much about James Washington.
A.T. Perry, though.
A.T. Perry. Something about A.T. Perry. He's slowly building after kind of having a little rough mini camp and all that stuff. So we'll see. Once that preseason starts, you really will start to see who really fits and who you think you could really contribute when the real games start, man. Because it's just hard to judge these training camp things, man. Because
it is.
I just don't know what to think. Like, of course, the wide receiver is going to beat the DB on 101s because it's made for the wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
I will say this: the fact, like, I don't know who tweeted it. It was someone in the Saints media, but like maybe it was Underhill. I'm not exactly sure who it was, but like knowing that this has been Marshawn's best camp is telling.
Mm-hmm.
Like it sounds like he potentially, is on the precipice of having a damn good elite season from the cornerback position, and honestly, like the defense needs it because the pass rush. There's still a lot of questions about the pass rush.
Yes,
and just the extra like second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds can mean so much in terms of a pressure or a sack. And that cornerback 2 battle, bro, is still going on, bro. Like it's so big.
Anybody, if y'all have not listened to the episode with Ross Jackson, go back and listen to that. He talks about all. He talks about Alante Taylor, Paulson Debo battle, and all that stuff. Man, go listen because it is a fascinating battle. Just that whole thing. We don't know how it's going to play out, man. Like I can't really say who's going to win it or not. I know all the players are going to be on the field. I know they all will play, but it's going to be so fascinating if you get like a lights out season from Paulson to Debo. You get that second year bump from Alante Taylor, and you have Marshawn Lattimore just in straight. He's hit that just prime, shut down city mode where he's not having those lapse games. Man,
don't do it, Ryan. Don't do it, Ryan. Don't do it, Ryan. Don't do it,
Wolf. Listen, don't do it, Wolf. And like you said, that's going to help the front. Because you can look at it either way. Sometimes the fronts help the back. Sometimes the back help the fronts. It depends how you design your defense.
Correct.
The way DA designs a defense, he knows how to scheme it up to have it back to front and have pressures designed depending on where the coverage is at certain points, and he knows how to do all that. So it'll be really fascinating. So I'm not so much worried with the D line about sacks because even last year it's tepid as the pass.
It's just like the pressure.
I need to see the pressure, the hits, the hurries, all of that, man. Because there were too many times last year the quarterbacks was just chilling. Just chilling. Like they hit their drop, then they hit their drop again. Like, it's like, come on, man.
Let's give some love to Jordan Howden. I mentioned him earlier. Yeah. It just seems like one of those Jeff Ireland late round gems, bro. It's early.
Super fascinated.
But he's been getting in with the ones at safety more and more often, bro. Like I don't know what his role is. I have no clue. Like you said, we need to see it. See it in the game. But the fact that was a 5th-round pick, the 5th-round pick is getting snaps with the ones with Marcus May, and with Teron, like that's
And
man.
Tyrann Matthew, he spoke really highly of him, saying he's there like super early, just studying tape, working with the coaches, working on technique. He staying late, even when they're on breaks. He's like working, like really already professional. I watched the interview of him. Jordan just seems like a really smart kid. So we'll see, bro. They say they've been pretty much throwing everything at him. They want to play deep, play down, play deep, then come down, play down, then come up. They got him doing nickel, everything. So he's just soaking it all in. So it's gonna be interesting to see, how it plays out with him, man. Because if they could do that, Jeffrey Island make another DB find, man. It's like that's beautiful.
It is. Anything else? I tried to remember everything. Anything else that has happened since last Thursday, which isn't a long period of time, but in these last days, it's been a lot. I think I hit on it all. Maybe I didn't. Maybe we forgot something, but I think we really did kind of cover it all. We are going to be doing our first preseason game preview episode. I think Ryan and I are going to try to record that Thursday evening. So we'll be up Friday, Saturday. Was the preseason game Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday.
Okay. So gives gives our listeners Friday, Saturday to listen to it. We'll see how Andy Reid and the Chiefs handle it. If though I wouldn't put Mahomes out there all preseason.
No,
I wouldn't put him out there all preseason. But that said, I mean, I don't know who's healthy, who's not healthy for the Chiefs, but just seeing, it'll just be good to see football preseason in some capacity with the preseason game. That also means that we will be doing our live stream and the Zoom. So if you're a Patreon, we will be sending the link out. I'll probably try to get it out on Saturday. Got to work out the bugs for the preseason, make sure we're good for the regular season. We're all gonna be in the Zoom. If you can make it, be on there.
I can't wait
there. We've missed the Zooms. We have literally missed the Zooms, but it's football season, man. It is football season. Quickly approaching. After the Chiefs game, it's going to be the Chargers game. That almost everyone who was at the West Coast brunch, not every, but like is going to be at that game at the Chargers Saints we're not all sitting together, but like we're all going to be there. So the crazy thing is like you can get like a game ticket for like $15-$20 and have great seats, but that parking for SoFi is atrocious, bro. Like it's like $50 to park on SoFi. Like it's more than the game. It's more than the game ticket. And because public transit sucks in LA, like we were looking like, oh, maybe we'll just catch a metro down to SoFi, bro. It said 2.5 hours. Fuck out my face.
Yes. What about like an Uber? Is it hard to get like an Uber there or something?
It wouldn't be hard, but like getting the Uber to SoFi and back from SoFi, you're cheaper just paying like $60 in parking at that point.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing about preseason games at SoFi. Like it's super cheap to go to any of the games, but the parking is where they kill you. But anyhow, we hope we got y'all caught up. We will be back on Thursday talking about some things that are we were interested to see in the preseason. First preseason game against the Chiefs. We got you guys covered. Thank everyone for all the support. Also, I just want to throw out there that Ryan and I are still trying to figure out our whole merchandise situation. It's been kind of a little bit of a struggle. We don't want to use TeePublic again. We want to go away from TeePublic, but trying to find out what the best route to go from that is becoming a little more difficult than we envisioned. But our goal is we will for sure have something figured out before the start of the season, so you can buy the new Saints Block Party podcast merchandise. But thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for the support. Again, this is now the perfect time, if you're not a Patreon, for you to become a Patreon.
Yes.
Be in those game day Zooms. The season's quickly approaching, so we're going to be doing raffles for sending people to the to the home game, sending people to like the unfurling of the flag. Like we got things cooked up. But thank y'all for support. And I know I probably shouldn't like mention this because it is like Twitter, and I'm still gonna call it Twitter. But like we hit over 4,000 followers like a couple of days ago, which is like, I don't know if that's like significant, but it's something. Like it just shows that we continue to build. We're, we continue to get new Patreons here and there, and people jump in the Discord and just becoming a part of the community. And that's what we're all about, just continuing to build this. So thank y'all for the support. We'll be back Thursday night to record. Probably will be uploaded on Friday. With that, we're out.
Peace.